They left without me. Sorry for the lateness, I got home very late. Basically, not going to go on about it for too long, but what happened was, I did the close at work in admin. I finished closing down at 5 minutes past 10, everyone goes home at 10. I kind of expected them to wait for me. I walked down to checkouts to walk out of the door. The door was locked. I had to wait for 15 minutes for the night staff to unlock the fucking door. Everybody had gone. No one had phoned me. I didn't even get a phone call to say that the tills were off and I could continue with the close. Oh, that just pissed me off. Uni, I got into Winchester twice, technically. Once under creative writing, once under creative writing and journalism. Owen, thank you very much for stealing that news from me. And yeah, I was pleased with that and my promotion. It is a lot to get in a couple of weeks, but it kind of passed. It's just become normal. On the subject of unis, you said you were going to talk about Leeds and then you didn't. Do you want to do that this week? Or maybe, maybe not. And while I'm talking to you, Benidorm. We haven't done a photo montage or picked up any of the videos or anything. I'd like to do that at some point. Does it feel to you like it never actually happened? Because, I don't know, I guess I expected things to feel different when I got back. Maybe that's just the child within me wanting something to happen. Carla, you got cut off at the end of your video again, but thank you for not doing another video to make up for it. But that said, I think that the length of the video almost outweighed the fact that the main page wasn't untidy. Last thing I'm going to say, well, last time I'm going to mention the death penalty and the prison bit, because the death penalty, callous though it was, I completely agree with Daniel's attitude on the death penalty. Carla, would you not support the death penalty if, say, your mum was killed? Would you not want justice? I don't understand how someone can be against the death penalty for something like murder. I think maybe Daniel went a little far suggesting that embezzlers should be killed, but okay. With regards to the prison education thing, I still disagree with Daniel's comments. Again, this is the last I'll say about it, but prisoners lose their freedom in exchange for the crimes they commit, okay? Not for the education they receive for free. You said that they lose their freedom in exchange for the education. No, they lose their freedom in exchange for the crime. You can't spend a £20 note twice. It just doesn't work like that. We're not paying for it, no. Where do you think the money comes from? It's taxpayers' money. It's not money that the prisoners have earned and are using, it's taxpayers' money that is used to educate them. As Owen said, give them an education if they can pay for it. If they have money in a bank account from when they went into prison, let them spend that on education. If they earn money while in prison through doing menial tasks, then fine, give them the education. It simply should not be free. And no, trading their freedom does not count. Heroes, I was disappointed with last week's Heroes, but remembering that this is recorded on Tuesday rather than rather than Monday as it normally would, I've also seen this week's, and I would say that this week's is a lot better. But I don't like the road that the three main characters are going down. I'm not sure I'm liking that. But the episodes are good. I'm really, really liking this series. Earning money. Daniel hit the nail on the head with the way he thinks it should work. Money should be earned rather than handed to you. If you can earn the money, that's fine. But if you're not actually earning the money through hours of actual work, you shouldn't just be given money for doing very little work and doing a job that doesn't actually require any skill at all. I feel that skilled labour, which is actually very poorly paid, should be more well paid than, say, office work, admin work, which is very, very well paid. Just because I don't feel that people in that position actually do much. I realise I've just belittled myself, but them's the facts. The cinema is too expensive, especially around home. Cineworld in particular is very, very expensive, simply because they have a monopoly. You'll find that if there's a place with more cinemas, the cinema prices are in fact lower because they're trying to get one over on each other. Odeon is a good example of a cheap cinema. Now, the way that cinemas earn their money, really, because the money from the films mostly goes to the filmmakers themselves and to simply keep the cinema running, the way the cinemas make their money is through the food and drink sales. And the reason they can get away with it is because they have a monopoly. Thankfully, where we have our cinema, you have my Morrisons stores over the road. Not actually my Morrisons, of course, but you get the gist. So you can buy popcorn in there. It's not the same. Granted, popcorn made in a cinema always seems to taste better than popcorn out of a bag. But what you're going to do? You want quality, you pay for it, don't you? You get what you pay for. Story behind item, I'm going to do in a minute because I'm going to need to go and find something. Wait, no I don't, I do have an item. Where'd I put it? 1 second. My acceptance letters. From Winchester. One for creative writing, one for creative writing and journalism. That's brilliant. That's the only uni that I applied to and got in. Remembering that I've got into 4, Middlesex, Bedfordshire and Winchester twice, and been denied by Bath, I actually got acceptance letters delivered rather than just on UCAS. There's no real story behind that, I just think that's brilliant. Okay, and I recorded a video for my main channel in the week. This is just a personal thing. But in fact I've recorded 3 videos in total for my main channel that I haven't uploaded. Just because they haven't been very good quality and I can't be bothered. But as you can see, I'm still doing my Project Mackerel videos. That's good, good, good. Carla, one last thing. You mentioned that Jade Goody is getting married and getting paid for it. That's true, but the upside is she's dying. Karma, eh? My point of conversation this week, I want to talk about the nanny culture we live in. Specifically, what you guys think of it. Because, you know, the warning labels, the fact that it's very, very easy to sue over very trivial things. Discuss. And one last thing, I want to plug a channel, not mine for a change, although my main page and blog are in the sidebar. Third link in the sidebar is Vic and Darcy's collaboration channel. Owen, you've spoken to Vic before. Daniel, you've actually met Vic. Yeah, I don't think the channel's going to last, but that's my personal opinion. They asked to plug, I'm plugging. That's all from me this week. I'll see you later today, Daniel.